If you spend any time reading about peptides and tissue repair, you have probably seen BPC-157 and TB-500 mentioned in the same breath. Same conversations, same forums, sometimes even the same sentence. And it makes sense on the surface. Both are research peptides associated with repair and recovery in animal studies. But here is what most people skip right past. These two peptides work in completely different ways inside the body. Different signals, different targets, different biological jobs. By the end of this video, you will understand exactly how they differ and why that distinction actually matters when you're trying to understand the science. Let's start with BPC-157. BPC stands for Body Protection Compound. It is a synthetic peptide modeled after a fragment originally identified in human gastric juice, the fluid your stomach uses to break down food. Researchers became interested in it because of the protective properties that gastric environment seems to produce. In animal studies, BPC-157 has been associated with angiogenesis, gut lining support, and tendon repair signaling. Angiogenesis simply means the formation of new blood vessels. Think of it like a construction crew laying new water pipes toward a damaged building. Without those pipes, no repair resources reach the site. In rodent studies, BPC-157 appears to upregulate signaling molecules involved in that process, particularly one called VEGF, which acts like a signal flare telling the body to route new vessels toward an injury. It also appears to interact with nitric oxide pathways, which help blood vessels relax and widen so more blood can flow through. The picture from animal research is this. BPC-157 appears to work close to the injury site, helping coordinate the vascular signaling that brings blood supply to tissue that needs repair. Localized, vascular, rooted in gut lining research. Now let's talk about TB-500. TB-500 is a synthetic fragment of a naturally occurring protein called Thymosin Beta-4. Your body actually produces Thymosin Beta-4 on its own. It's found in high concentrations in platelets and various tissues throughout the body. TB-500 is the smaller piece researchers identified as responsible for many of that protein's biological effects. Its primary role involves a protein called actin. Actin forms the internal scaffolding of cells and plays a critical role in how cells move. Think of actin like a set of tracks inside each cell. When a cell needs to travel toward a wound site, it uses those tracks to pull itself forward. This movement is called cell migration. TB-500 helps regulate actin, which means it's involved in how efficiently cells can organize and move when the body sends a repair signal. What makes TB-500 distinct from BPC-157 is its reach. In animal studies, Thymosin Beta-4 fragments appear to circulate more broadly throughout the body. The signaling is less localized and more systemic, influencing repair processes across multiple locations rather than concentrating at a single injury site. Researchers have studied it in the context of wound healing, cardiac tissue, and inflammation regulation. The mechanism is different, the scope appears to be different. Here is a simple way to think about the difference. BPC-157 appears to work more like a local construction coordinator. Its most studied effects involve directing blood vessel formation and growth factor signaling toward a specific site. It's closely tied to vascular signaling and localized tissue environments like the gut lining and tendons. TB-500 appears to work more like a system-wide logistics signal. Its effects in research are linked to cell movement and cytoskeletal organization, the internal structure that lets cells navigate and respond throughout the body. One is focused on building the supply line to a damaged location, the other is focused on helping cells move and organize once the repair signal goes out. Both involve repair, but the mechanisms, the pathways, and the biological targets are not the same.
So why do people group them together? Both peptides appear in injury and recovery research. Both are discussed in athletic communities and online forums. Both carry the label of research compounds associated with tissue repair. When something sounds similar on the surface, it is easy to assume the underlying biology is similar too. But that assumption does not hold up when you look at the actual mechanisms. Two different peptides working through two different pathways, sending two different types of biological signals. Here is where the confusion tends to run deepest. First, these peptides are not interchangeable. Associating both with repair in research does not mean they do the same thing, or that one can substitute for the other. Second, the research base for both compounds is primarily animal studies, rodent models, in vitro cell studies, and small experimental trials. That data is genuinely useful for understanding biological mechanisms, but it does not automatically translate into confirmed human outcomes. Third, both compounds are still being actively studied. The mechanisms are not fully mapped. Saying the research is promising and saying this is proven to work in humans are two very different statements, and that gap matters. So let's bring it together. In research, BPC-157 is primarily associated with localized tissue signaling, specifically angiogenesis, blood vessel formation, and gut and tendon repair models. Its effects appear concentrated at the site level. In research, TB-500 is primarily associated with actin regulation and cell migration, a broader, more systemic type of signaling that influences how cells organize and move in response to repair signals across the body. There is overlap. Both are connected to tissue repair research. Both are synthetic peptides studied in animal and laboratory settings. Both are research compounds with no approved medical use in humans. But they are not the same. They do not work the same way. And understanding the difference is how you start reading the science clearly instead of just reading the surface. Before we close, a few important points. BPC-157 and TB-500 are not FDA approved for medical use in humans. Both are research compounds studied in laboratory and animal settings. Nothing in this video is medical advice. If you have a health condition or are making medical decisions, please consult a qualified healthcare professional. This video is for educational purposes only based on publicly available research. I want to hear from you. Which one have you heard more about? BPC-157 or TB-500? Drop it in the comments. I read every single one. If this breakdown helped you understand the difference, hit subscribe. We break down peptide biology simply and clearly every week. I got you.